We have just 8 weeks left in the 2023 regular season, and the Detroit Lions, no doubt, are going to make the playoffs for the first time in 7 years since 2016, when I think we just got in as a 6th seed and got bounced out. We had to go to Seattle and play the Seattle Seahawks, and we got bounced out 28-6. Well, this time it's going to be different. We're going to win the division. We're going to host a playoff game with the potential 1st seed on the line. But the Detroit Lions are in a prime position to go on a deep playoff run. Right now, they have the 9th overall defense, and they're looking to get better. Now, they brought in what I refer to as a dinosaur in Bruce Irvin as a pass rusher the other day. Brad Holmes, just to be clear about something, the whole Dollar General dollar store that originated here on this channel. I have been the #1 Dollar General, Five Below, dollar store, things like that. Whenever you see that in the comment section, that came from this channel, just to be clear. But Brad Holmes is notorious for bargain bin. It's like going to Five Below. And again, you get some gems at Five Below. I used to buy Skylanders. For those of you who know what that is, maybe has some young children. Skylanders, used to go and get a bunch of the ones that wouldn't sell. And I got Avengers Endgame from Five Below. So you can get some quality stuff at Five Below and the dollar store. But we brought in a guy, and Brad Holmes is very frugal with the money. A lot of you guys assume that I want to, when I talk about getting an edge rusher, that I was looking to cripple the team. And it was nothing like that. Just to be clear, Chase Young went for a 3rd round conditional pick. While I hear that he wants a bunch of money and stuff like that after the season is over. And he could very well want a bunch of money. However, you're going to have to pay someone, right? My mother got a famous saying, you get what you pay for, stuck in my head for my entire life. If you go to Five Below, you're going to get Five Below stuff 9 times out of 10, right? It's not going to last very long. And that's where we are. Bruce Irvin is that guy. But there's another guy out here as well that I saw this yesterday, and I wanted to talk about it because the Detroit Lions can use as much help as they can get on the defensive line. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Poole, as well. Now, this is coming from Jeremy Fowler. Says free agent defensive tackle Akiem Hicks has had discussions with multiple teams and interest remains high, but he has not made a decision whether to play this season per source. Now, that's very interesting because Bruce Irvin, according to Dan Campbell, is in shape, but not football shape. We don't know how long that's going to take. Last year, Akiem Hicks played 11 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's look at his stats. The ironic thing about this guy is he was taken the same draft that Bruce Irvin was taken in. Bruce Irvin was a 1st rounder. This guy is a 3rd rounder. Last year had 13 solo tackles, 1 sack, no forced fumbles, and of course, no interceptions. Been in the league a long time, man. Drafted by the New Orleans Saints, played 4 years there, then spent a year in New England, and then the next 6 with the Chicago Bears to end up in Tampa Bay last year. I do remember him with Chicago, obviously being inside the Detroit Lions division. Hasn't played a full season in the last 4 seasons, whether it's by not signing on till late or being injured. Coming off last year, like I said, with those, what did he have? He had 1 sack. Now, this guy is actually, as you can see here, today is his birthday. So he turned 34 today. So again, I was hoping that we would go somewhere other than Five Below, but it looks like we could stay at the dollar store right now. Akiem Hicks, would that be somebody you want? At this point, and like I said the other day, I was caught up in the moment and with the emotions and stuff like that. But you don't understand. When I talk about edge rusher, I've been talking about an edge rusher since 2018. And the closest that we've come is Aiden Hutchinson. And I'm so happy that Brad was smart enough to bring him to this team. But it's time to do more. And is Akiem Hicks that guy? Nope. And just like with Bruce Irvin, I mean, at any point, defensive tackle. See, it's funny because on ESPN, they got him as a DE. So I'm assuming he goes inside and out. But we have a plethora of defensive tackles on our team. So I'm curious to know if the Detroit Lions might have been one of those teams. Now, of course, there's 31 other teams in the National Football League, and they may or not be involved. I have no idea, but this is more of a discussion topic. Do you think like Akiem Hicks could help this team? I mean, as much as I'm not happy about ecstatic about the Bruce Irvin signing, it's better than nothing. That's what Brad Holmes has allowed us to get to the point where we're at the it's better than nothing quota. Like, that's where we're at. Well, it's better than nothing. You want to get a pass rusher, Akiem Hicks, it's better than nothing. So I don't know. But I mean, if he came, 34, 36, tomato, it's the same. Jason Pierre-Paul was 34 as well. Just had a birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, we're at that point where we're just trying to squeeze all the life we can out of these guys with whatever they have left, because I feel like this is a prime opportunity to make a run. We keep talking about Brad Holmes wants to do this and he wants to do that, and it was never for this year and next year. Do you realize that next year our schedule will be harder? Do you realize that we're going to talk about this in a later video, that Ben Johnson may not be the offensive coordinator in 2024? So you don't have to sell the farm. So don't put the stupid sell the farm draft picks and all that stuff, because obviously you're not listening to what I'm saying. Okay. I have never said sell the farm, ever. I have never said give up draft capital, a bunch of high draft capital. You've never heard me say that. When I was talking about a pass rusher, it was somebody that was going to be reasonable. And as far as paying people, we are going to have to pay someone. Get that in your head. We are going to have to pay someone. Eventually, if you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, if you have good players, you have to eventually pay them. That's why they're good. That's how you keep them. That's how this happens, right? So we want all these guys from the bargain bin, and we don't want to break the team. We want to build through the draft and all that stuff. And eventually, you're going to have to pay them. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th round pick, that's going to come in 1st round money next year, right? You're going to have to pay people. Good teams pay good players to keep those good players. So let me know. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be mad. We have the 9th ranked overall defense. We're 3rd against the run. We are 20th against the pass or something like that. So, I mean, we have a top 10 overall defense, and literally anybody would help, just slightly help us out. I don't know how much these guys move the needle, probably slightly. It's the difference between having 100 miles in your tank before empty and 75. It's not that big of a difference. But at the same time, anybody out there that could help us make a playoff push, because I want to make the most of this opportunity. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Detroit Lions could be one of the team interested in Akiem Hicks, and would you like him on the team? At this point, it's whatever. Give me whoever you can, because I want to go as deep as possible. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.